Hi guys! I know, you're like, what's with this background? People these days get my background wrong. Movie magic! Movie magic! Ugh, I can't snap. How can I have movie magic when I can't snap? I'll just clap. Do you guys think that'll work? Movie magic! New York City. Do you guys like New York City? I didn't really think about what I'm gonna make as my video because, just didn't. Nanowrimo. I'm pulling out my hair. Can you tell? I think I'm losing some. So, I decided that since I didn't have anything to tell you guys, that I'm gonna read you a short excerpt from my novel, Jubilee. Anna, you can just not pay attention because I've already read you this. Here is an excerpt from my novel. This is being read from my computer. Ugh. You always look so retarded when you're reading things from the computer because you're reading it and not looking at the camera, so it's just like, what is she doing? Here you go. It all started with the war. Doesn't everything start with a war? From the war between countries to the war within ourselves. Our world is full of war. The question is, how do I deal with the war? Do I mourn? How can I wallow in self-pity when there is so much more around me? I was born into this war. My father was the rebellion leader before me. He's gone now. He's only been gone for a short time, though. Only a week ago he came into the shelter. He calmly gave me orders to hide. Made sure that I knew to take care of the younger children. Their parents were a part of this as well. Well, some of their parents were fighting in a war. The majority were orphans, children found on the street with nowhere else to go. Children who had nothing, children whom I had to take responsibility for. I was 19 and was in charge of everyone in the bomb shelter. It's a scary responsibility, especially when no one comes back and you learn that it's an indefinite responsibility. Permanent responsibilities are always a little bit more frightening. I began to feel guilty about my moping about. I had work to take care of, mouths to feed. I wandered through the battlegrounds. It's been less than a week since the last war. That's what they called it, the last war. It was supposed to be the end. I don't believe that it's the end. The war started with a bomb. A war always starts with a bomb. I'm a bit rude, I suppose. I've told you all this about the war and nothing about myself. My name is Heem. That means that I'm supposed to be strong. I have to be strong. I lived in the training ground for longer than I can remember. I'm scraggly and thin. I've been trained for combat. My hair is thin and long. It's usually pulled back or messy. It's not something that I have time for. Along with being trained for combat, I'm trained to steal. There are those who waste what they have while there are children starving. I steal mostly food. I also steal books. My specialty is in books. It's how I know. It's how I know of the outside world. It's how I know that there is more than injustice, fear, and starvation. It's how I know that we are being misled. I teach the others how to read. I try and make them understand the secrets in these other worlds. Worlds so much better off than ours. Rich people have books. I wonder if they read them. How can they read these books and still have no hearts? While the books have hearts from everywhere being poured into them, I steal their books. They don't miss them. I steal their food. They don't miss that either. I didn't have time to read you guys the rest. Just because, editing. I have to go. Bye! I mixed salad! Coffee. Now back to writing.